Oh, welcome one. Welcome all to the SnailTrail4x4 podcast. If you like going off-roading in Toyotas, wrenching on Toyotas, camping at Toyotas, and maybe even poking a little bit of fun at Toyotas, and of course, hearing about how fantastic listener questions are in Toyotas, then this is the podcast for you. That's right, ladies and germs. My name is Tyler. Joining me in the studio is that guy over there. That doesn't work very well for podcasting, Jimmy.
Hola.
Hola, ¿qué pasó, señorito?
Nada mucho.
Nice, así?
Yeah, I'm a C.
You're a C? Okay. Oh, man. How you doing today, bud?
I am doing well. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Doing pretty good. I'm getting tired all of a sudden. I'm hitting a wall.
Uh-oh. You need to put some tequila in that drink?
I don't know if that'll help.
I
need
need to
some,
go
like,
get
caffeine,
one of those
man.
Red Bulls. Want to have a quick coffee break?
Do you have a Red Bulls?
Not well. There's Monsters in your guys' fridge, isn't there?
Is there?
There usually is.
Is there really?
Yeah.
I never look in their fridge.
There's a sign on front of the Morphlite fridge that says, if you take a Monster, Venmo, I forgot, Sean or something like that.
Venmo somebody?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right.
Ad lib.
I'll
be back.
I'll ad lib. We've got a bunch of giveaways going on today and this entire month. We'll start off with our monthly giveaway for our Snail Squad members. If you want to become a Snail Squad member, you go over to iRate4x4, go down to the Watch, Listen, Discuss section, click on the Snail Trail 4x4 podcast, which is the first one because we are the best one. They're not in alphabetical order. It's just because we're the best. So click on Snail Trail 4x4 podcast. If you're once you're into that tier, then on the right side of your PC, then the sign up options will be there. You got to click into that $10 option. And on a mobile device, they're at the very bottom, the sign up options. We will have in a matter of months, in a few months here, the gift box tier is going to open back up. That happens in October. We are currently working on getting items in for the gift box to be going out. But just to let you know that one's currently closed, and it's closed the entire time until 2 times, 2 months a year. That's what I'm trying to say. 2 months a year, that tier is open, and you can get in for that gift box tier. So this month we are giving away some gear wrench tools. So kind of what we're going to do is we are going to offer up sort of small packages of what kind of tools we have laying around. And there's some good tools back there. I'll be honest with you.
Jimmy's offering up small packages again.
I am always small packages available for those that are interested. And we'll make sure that the options are over $100 of value, which isn't too hard in tool land. So it'll probably be a little bit more than that. We pretty much have all the tools, at least one more set for all the tools from our tool bags that we were going to build. I think so. Those are available. I know there's some box and wrenches and weird bolt biters that are available. There's some tape measures. We've got a lot of tools available.
Yeah.
Sure.
I know that the trail tool sets, we had originally ordered enough parts for like 10 of them.
Yeah.
And I think we finally got through where we can't do any more full sets.
Correct.
So, but we do have, like you said, a lot of the wrenches, and kind of miscellaneous stuff left. And the wrenches are really, they're the best part in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing like for, the quad boxes for sure. But also the reversibles. I don't know if we have any more of the reversibles. We might have one more set of the reversibles. I think we have
one more set of reversibles. We also, we have a bunch of, or a few different sets of metric and standard 90 tooth wrenches as well.
Yeah.
Also, whenever we ordered those, we kind of were like, hey, we would like this tool or this tool, and they just sent us everything.
Yeah.
And so there was some things that were like, we want these chisels, but these chisels would work if those chisels aren't available. And so they sent us all of them. So we have like random excess tools that weren't ever a part of that.
Yeah.
But therefore, these random excess tools have now become available to you out there. So you can get in for some tools. It'll definitely be over $100, quite easily over $100 of value, if not around the $200 mark. We will kind of let you pick and choose. It'll be a good month for you guys to win some tools for sure.
Yeah, super cool stuff.
Yeah, and that's the giveaway tier. And I already told you how to get in on that while Tyler was running off to get some caffeine.
I got some. I'm a little disappointed. 0 sugar.
Well, you got sugar right beside you.
That's true. I'll
Yeah.
just combine them.
Me.
Oh, you?
You need to see the video for that one.
We can turn the video off real quick.
Let's see what else we got going on. We have the Yokohama Tire giveaway for reviews. Leave a review on Apple Podcast. And when we get to 750 reviews, we will go through random number generator, find that number, count back however far it is. Or if we're lucky enough, it won't be that far. And that person will
make up
win.
the number 22. We'll go like 22 spaces instead of 481.
Yeah, exactly. And then you're going to win a set of tires from Yokohama Tire. So that's exciting. But we are going to hit 700 reviews before we hit 750. And at 700 reviews, we're giving away a swag pack, which includes an Onyx Off-Road Elite membership.
Sweet. I like it a lot. A lot of cool stuff that we like to give away here. And we're always having a good time. So you did the monthly giveaway, the reviews giveaway. I think that's all we have right now.
We got the Walter giveaway also happening. I'm still trying to ad lib while Tyler went to go get his caffeine. Let's see. Walter giveaway is happening through November, I think, or October, November time zone, somewhere in there.
I think they're doing the big drawing in November.
Okay, so before October or before November, you need to get in for the Walter giveaway, which you will win an F-150 Tremor, a 2-year lease on it. And then every month they're giving away other additional prizes. And to get in for that, you just go into your local welding supply store and take a photo of you and some Walter products and Triumph products or Drillco products. And then you can send in that information. And I don't know if you need the receipt or not. You have to read the fine print. But you can send in that information to them and you will get entered. And then you do the same thing to us. And we will enter you into our Snail Trail 4x4 Walter giveaway, which ends this month.
Yeah, at the end of August.
At the end of this month. So you got a few more weeks.
Yep. The National Walter goes in through November 30th.
Oh, okay.
And they pull the winner on December 9th for the grand prize.
Perfect. So the end of November.
Yep.
End of Jim's month.
Yeah.
So yeah, get in for that and get in for ours.
Great. Let's see. What do we got coming up? Some fun stuff. There's Sierra Trek.
Well, that happened.
Well, where that is, right? This is Monday.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sierra Trek's over. It was a great weekend, though. Had a lot of fun. We have, let's see, I don't even know what else is on the list. Then SEMA.
SEMA's in November. First weekend of SEMA. Also, the celebration for Marlin's thing the gala is just before SEMA.
Yep. So I'll be out there for the gala. I won't stick around for SEMA, though.
Okay. So you are going to be able to go.
I am going to the gala.
Cool.
For sure. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. That's super exciting to get Marlin inducted into the Off-Road Motorsports Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
So, super cool. That was a lot of fun. I don't know. I don't have much else.
No, I say that's good. Let's jump over to the listener question that came in that we're going to turn into an entire episode.
Yeah, I think it's a fun one, and it'll get the brain juices flowing.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. So ready to grab your favorite drinks. I have a Zero Ultra Monster energy drink here with me. We're not sponsored by Monster, but hey, if anybody from Monster is listening, we wouldn't turn anything down.
We can sit there on camera with some monsters in front of us.
Right.
I have some Aqua Fresca.
There we go. That's good stuff too.
What was it? It's lime, pineapple juice, and cucumbers and chia seeds.
Chia seeds. Yep.
They make it at the local Mexican food restaurant right around the corner.
Good.
It's so good.
So anyways, we'll be right on back. Grab your favorite drinks, and we'll get to talk about some fun budget build options today.
The 4-Wheel Underground website just got an upgrade. Come on by and check out the new functionality, new photos, and new pricing. Finally works on mobile too. Visit 4wheelunderground.com and find your new suspension today.
Oh, welcome back, ladies and gentleladies, to today's campfire discussion. This is a fun one. I guarantee you, if you have been off-roading before and sat around a campfire with your buddies, you have talked about this topic before. It always seems to happen. Our ladies call it truck talk, and once it starts happening, they run away and disappear. So,
Usually start drinking.
yeah, they go start drinking, or they shoo us away and make us disappear.
Yeah.
To go talk about truck
So
talk
that they
somewhere
can
else.
sit down and start drinking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got a message in from a listener that had a question about how to do something and what we would recommend. So this is kind of like a what would Tyler and Jimmy do kind of thing.
Yeah.
That we're going to turn it into, because there's tons. I was going to say totally.
That's an Irish term.
That is an Irish term. I was doing that just for you.
Yeah. Thanks.
There's tons of ways to do this thing.
There's many different options.
Many different options.
Directions.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no right answer, actually. So
yeah, so
we're happy to talk about it because we can't be wrong.
Exactly. Oh man. All right. So let's find, I just had it up here. Where'd it go? Here it is. This is from the listener on the IG. His IG handle is Silver Bullet Tacoma 12.
Oh, okay.
So he has a second gen Tacoma that he wheels around, and it seems like most of his content is all snow wheeling.
Okay, cool.
But he just picked up a first gen Tacoma.
Ooh.
So his question, I'm just going to read the whole thing here. Says, hi, I've been listening to the podcast for a little while now, and I just picked up a first gen Taco to do a budget build into a crawler that could be daily driven if needed. And I had a few ideas of what I wanted to do, but wanted to hear your guys' opinions. My first choice is keeping the IFS and putting some 35s on, like a 2-inch level struts with new upper control arms, and maybe an add a leaf in the rear. Note, I'm not worried about cutting my fenders and tubbing the cab.
Okay.
Or should I wait and save so I can do a mini truck solid axle with leafs in the front, also on 35s, maybe 37s, with some Chevy 63s in the rear, leafs with maybe a Dana 44 front with a 9-inch rear, also 63 leafs in the rear, and possibly 3 or 4 link in the front. I'm just out of high school, so really trying to be budget friendly, but know this is a super expensive hobby, and I figure I'd get your guys' opinions, even if I should just wheel it pretty much stock. Also, a little info on the truck. It's a 2000 Tacoma quad cab, 5-speed, 3.4 liter with 300,000 miles on the tach. Thanks.
Wow. It's a good question. So really it boils down to what is a good budget build?
Yeah, right?
And I think he had a lot of good options in his lineup there.
He did, for sure.
Like, so he's put some good thought into it as well. We did a little digging on his Instagram account, trying to get an idea of where he lived to kind of help us give him some good information. And for those out there, I think we figured out he's like in the mountain area of Montana, I think is what we kind of figured out.
In the Rockies in Montana somewhere.
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. So a lot of snow wheeling. His snow wheeling is what he enjoys, but he wants to build it into somewhat of a crawler, somewhat of a raisin truck.
Yeah, your typical Toyota.
Yeah. So my first 2 cents that he said, something he said is a mini truck front axle. A mini truck front axle won't work for you.
It will not.
No.
I didn't even catch that until you just said it.
So the pumpkin's on the wrong side. So your guys is the mini or the the first gen pickup is a driver side, has the drive shaft coming down the driver's side.
The first gen Tacoma.
Yes. Sorry, what did I say? Pickup. Yes. Yep. First gen Tacoma has a driver's side drop front diff. Yep. Is what you need. And the mini truck axles are passenger side drop. So that can't work.
What if he did an adapter to a W56 and then put on a gear driven T case, an RF1A to be passenger drop?
Can't. It would interfere with his exhaust.
Well, then you just you do the exhaust or under or over or something like that. He's not afraid of cutting and tubbing the cab.
Yeah, that's a bit of work. I mean, there's other. My thing is there's easier options than all that.
Yes.
Then you just can't use that axle. But there are a 44 with a driver's side drop is out there that you can use, and the gear ratios are close to the same. So
I agree. I think I had originally talked to him about a Toyota axle option, and I was like, you could do a Toyota axle, but it's not worth the cost, in my opinion. Toyota axles they used to be everywhere.
It used to be like $500.
$500, super cheap and everywhere. You can find them anywhere. Now you're lucky to find them under $1,000.
Yeah.
And I'm like, once you're in the $1,000 range, you might as well go with like an old Kingpin 60 or even a ball joint 60. Like,
yeah.
You can
go to the junkyard and grab those.
You can go to a junkyard and find 99 to 04 Super Duty axles for about $1,000, $800 to $1,200.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I didn't even I forgot totally about the driver drop and passenger drop. So yeah, a Toyota front axle won't even work.
Right.
Unless you want to do a bunch of extra work, and then you're way out of budget, in my opinion.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
So, that's my first 2 cents is that option doesn't work. So let's back up though and be like, it's a stock truck. You know, he wants to go snow wheeling and then he wants to turn it into more of a rock crawler. You know, my thought of what is required for snow wheeling is not even that much.
Not a lot, really. You just need the ability to have big tires. Balloon tires is the important part, right? Not necessarily huge, like radius tires, like 40s or something. You just need really wide tires.
Yeah.
But in order to run wide tires for daily driving and stuff, you really need some beefed up axle shafts compared to what IFS can give you, in my opinion.
Okay.
And the other thing is that IFS support underneath the diff and everything, that cross member there takes away a lot of your ground clearance for snow wheeling.
It does.
So
I agree.
If you really want to focus on snow wheeling being your top priority, I think you should definitely get rid of the IFS and go solid axle, just because you're going to get more ground clearance out of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I mean, I would only say you could go to 30, probably about 35-inch tires.
Yeah.
With the IFS.
Yep.
And that's a weird lift.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you're not gaining a lot of ground clearance, but I would say if you're on 37s and full widths, the ground clearance under the pumpkin is probably less.
I don't think so. I don't think it would be less than the IFS system.
You don't?
But it's only 1 point.
Yeah.
Whereas the IFS is all the way
Almost
across the whole chassis.
I agree. I understand and I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess first things first, I want to say wheel what you got. Right?
Yeah.
Don't hold back from taking that thing out and having fun just because it's not built up yet.
Yeah.
Go have fun. Go do what you want to do. And then once you start wheeling, you're going to learn what you enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to learn what you need to upgrade. And if you break anything, always fix it with an upgrade.
Yeah.
So you got to get out. You got to go enjoy the truck before you rip it up in a way.
So
right? Don't let it sit there and decide what you want to do without wheeling it first.
Yeah. How's that going with Samantha?
I've got an identical vehicle. I'm wheeling.
No, he does have a second gen Tacoma that he goes out and snow wheels and travels with and plays around with.
Okay. So the second gen Tacoma is his daily in a way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And now he wants to build this into a rock crawler. But
I think he wants to build the first gen Tacoma as more of an extreme vehicle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So a budget extreme vehicle build.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I like Brian's quad cab, Brian Flynn 17 off-road.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that it might be not super budget.
Mm-hmm.
But it is more budget than full widths.
It's more budget than my dad's truck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So Brian has a 44 front with a radius arm kit.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got it from WFO.
Yeah, it's the plug and play Dana 44, I think.
Yeah, from WFO off-road. And then he re-geared it and he put lockers in it. And then he has the stock Tacoma rear axle and probably 63s in the rear.
One thing that he did that was kind of special and kind of unique,
Okay.
that Brian did was on that Dana 44, he used Dana 60 outers.
Oh, okay.
So it's a super 44.
Yes.
Is kind of what it's
I
considered.
didn't know he did that.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's good. But I mean, budget wise, I mean, that can be an upgrade later.
Mhm.
You
Totally.
can do that. So you can, if you are having problems with steering or you're breaking U-joints or something, then you can change out that whole entire setup later at some point.
Yeah.
But a 44 would be fine.
Yeah.
I mean, the ring and pinion's the same on Brian's and, you know, a super 44 that's it's all, or a regular 44 and a super 44. The ring and pinion's the same thing.
100%. Yep.
And the ring and pinion on a 44 is roughly the same size as a Toyota mini truck front axle's ring and pinion. I think it's ever so slightly larger.
8 and 3/4 maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then the rear axle of that truck, I think, is still an 8-inch, maybe an
8.2, 8.4 maybe.
So yeah. And then you can get comparable gear sets.
Yeah. Can you though, between Toyota and Dana?
Close enough for off-roading.
Gotcha. Yeah. I guess if you're not, but he wants to daily drive it as well.
Well, if you're daily driving it, then you're not using the front.
Okay.
You're only on the rear.
Yeah. Just unlock the hubs all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't drive it up the road at like freeway speeds probably, but I haven't done enough digging to look at the gear ratios, but I'm pretty sure like you can get something close.
Okay.
I know you could probably get like 513s and 529s.
Yeah, you could.
And I don't know if that's close enough.
Yeah, I don't know if that'd be close enough. You might be able to do 488s. I don't know if Dana has a 488. I know Toyota has 488s.
Sure. They probably both have 488. There's probably a ratio out there that will be very, very close. And I think the rough guess is you want to be within like 10%, and you'll be all right on the road.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to be at any different gear ratios on the road in 4-wheel drive.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
But there is a little bit of play that can be had.
Yeah.
That won't completely obliterate your vehicle.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a great option. I think Dana 44s are a fantastic option for first gen Tacomas, mini trucks.
Yeah.
They're a very stout axle and you can get them wider than Toyota axle width options. They're very pretty close to equivalent in terms of strength of a Toyota axle. But you can get them wider. That's the big benefit there. And Dana 44s you can find at junkyards for pretty decent prices. So there's that option. I think a Dana 44 is a great option for a budget build.
Yeah.
The next option I threw out to him, I said, once you're kind of looking at, everything that's going to take to do this, you can do leaf springs on a pretty good budget compared to links and coilovers.
Absolutely.
But you can do links, coils, and shocks as a good budget as well, a pretty decent budget, especially if you have the fabrication skills to fab your own links and brackets.
Okay.
I personally really appreciate the 4-wheel underground kit because it's all pre-made and those brackets are beefy.
Yeah.
They're very strong. You're never going to have issues with them. Whereas like a lot of the stuff that I do, I kind of do once and I'm like, I break it and I need to upgrade it. And it's like, you think you built it big enough and strong enough, but you're not really understanding the true physics behind what's going on with your suspension sometimes.
Sure.
Whereas just if you go with the 4-wheel underground kit, it's going to be awesome the way it is. Radius arms are another great budget thing because you typically, I don't want to say you don't need a panhard bar with radius arms, but one of the big benefits to radius arms is that it binds up your suspension articulation.
Yeah.
And so it kind of helps control body roll on the vehicle so that you don't have to have your panhard brackets be as beefy. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to give them a benefit, radius arms.
Well, another benefit to radius arms is you don't need to concern yourself with upper links.
Yeah.
You just it's more or less a 2-link system.
Yeah, true.
Right. Then it has the radius arm section that goes to the top and the bottom of the axle housing.
Yeah.
So it holds the axle in place on the link, but at the frame, you're only mounted, twice. for
Sure.
the radius arms. And then I'd probably run a panhard,
Yeah.
especially if you're going to be on the road.
True. Very true. So yeah, it's easier to set up radius arm setups. My thought, what I kind of put out there to them, and now that I put it out there, I'm second guessing it because I don't remember what side they drop on. Land Cruiser axles. They're driver drop, right? Or are they passenger?
They're passenger.
Oh, never mind then. Because I threw it out there as an FJ80 axle option because at junkyards, typically they're in older vehicles and not everybody really knows to look for FJ80 axles. People are looking for Dana stuff. So you can, if you're vigilant enough and okay with waiting and searching, you can find some really good deals on Land Cruiser axles. But if it's passenger drop, then I don't think it's worth doing because you got to redo your drivetrain at that point.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great option if you have a passenger side drop. It's wider. The bells or the Burfields are way bigger.
Massive.
And if you get a 9.5 inch front, did they make
not the 80s? The 80 series were all 8 inch,
didn't,
I
but the
believe.
60s came 9.5. But I don't think they're as wide as the 80s.
Not quite.
So anyways, the 80 series has an 8 inch front, but the rear axles are a 9.5 inch ring gear.
Yep.
So that there's a lot more beefy aspects to them. That plus they're a little bit wider than the mini trucks and IFS truck setups.
Mm-hmm.
But that won't really work on your setup.
Yeah.
I guess the only other thing that I would really kind of suggest is just body protection after that.
Yeah.
Like get some sliders, get your skid plates, get some good bumpers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're going to go rock crawling, then you're going to come down on rocks, and you need to protect your body for those things, especially rock sliders.
Yeah.
Rock sliders are like my number one. I think they're both of ours. Number one off-road accessory item or essential tool, however you want to say it, that you should get.
Yep. Or you end up looking like the Synergy Dodge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And if you can weld or you can fabricate your own, then that definitely works. And there's some other kits out there that already have them preset, like Rough Stuff, and you can get their kit and it's a weld together kit, or you can just buy something offline. Mm-hmm. If you're going to be rock crawling this thing, I would highly suggest welding on your sliders.
Yes.
Not bolt on style. Just weld them on, secure them. They're never going to go anywhere. Mm-hmm. They wiggle a little bit, and everyone's does, but you don't have to worry about shearing bolts off or bolts coming loose, or if you hurt something, it's just welded on there as it should be.
Yep.
Yep.
I agree. Are there other budget ways to build a first gen Tacoma? I mean, he did mention that he might be willing to do leaf springs.
Yeah. I mean, leaf springs up front is more budget than a radius arm or a 3-link kit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So that is one I would just save up because it's another few thousand at that point to get a linked kit. Yeah. Whether it's radius arms or a 3-link and coilovers, right? Because coilovers are the one of the more expensive sides of that.
Yep.
So that's the difference between leaf springs. You need the spring and ways to mount it and a shock, and you're ready to roll.
Yeah.
And from my experience, they work. It works. It's a proven way. It's just not comfortable. No. It's a bouncy ride. It's rough rides.
It's hard to get them tuned properly.
Yeah, there's a little bit of tuning that can be done with adding leaves or shortening leaves or re-arcing leaves or setting up the way you want it. Moving the axle forward enough so that you can clear big tires is a little bit more difficult. I just think at this point in my life, even though I don't even have any, I think that waiting to do a basic 3-link or radius arms kit is the way to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would, for the most part, pretty much agree with that. I think, especially with leaf springs nowadays, you don't want to get, in my opinion, you don't want to get junkyard leaf springs. You don't know what kind of abuse and stress they've been put under already. They're probably already worn out on you. They're not worth the money, in my opinion, getting with junkyard leaf springs anymore, which means you're going to have to buy new leaf springs. And if you're buying new leaf springs, you're spending $1,000.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're already spending $1,000. Just go for the other $500 to $1,000 and bare minimum coils and shocks. But if you can get coilovers, that just makes packaging a lot easier.
True. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I mean, I would do a lot of math and, write everything down, write things down. Look at kits, check it out, figure it out, write it all down, and then check out the prices between, leaf sprung kit and your linked version kit and figure out how fast you want to get the rig done.
Yeah.
Is it worth waiting for another 2 to 3 months, maybe another season so that you can have a linked kit? I would probably say, yeah. Because you still have another vehicle that you can go play with.
Yep.
And you would end up with a better vehicle in the long run. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's definitely, it's easy to say from this, this seat to do that. It's hard to be like, I want to wheel it now.
Yeah.
I want to get this done and I want to have some fun and just go for it. But at this point, like if you were starting today, I would say you're going to have all rest of summer, fall, winter, and start of spring to get that rig done. And or wait that period of time to start buying things. Right. And then you can try to get it done before next summer. That might be enough time to do a link, to give yourself for the link suspension.
Yeah. I mean, it took me 3 years to build my axles and link